Suck it, Warner Brothers. Suck it.
Wow. His words, not mine. But, yeah, suck it, Warner Brothers.
Cheers. Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome back to Fandom United Live movie hangout show. Don't mean to sound like Apocalypse, but yeah, here we are. Happy Sunday. I hope all of you are having a relaxing weekend, not wasting money on that Floyd Mayweather-Logan Paul fight. Some of my friends bought that boxing match, but it's a cash grab if there was ever a cash grab. Anyways, Gio here. Thank you for joining in. And I have my buddy here with me. Let me bring him in, Mr. Keith Barnes.
Hey.
Keith, how are you, sir?
Good. What's going on? What's going on?
Not much, man. Just kind of a busy week.
Who
Been
got that fight?
A lot of rumors going around the internet about Marvel and DC, and I was just saying, like, I don't know if you have any interest in the Floyd Mayweather-Logan Paul boxing match that's currently happening right now.
No.
I mean,
No.
I'm a big fan of Floyd Mayweather. His fights in the last decade, from Manny Pacquiao, Miguel Cotto, and all that, Oscar De La Hoya,
Shane Mosley.
Yeah. Were you a fan of boxing at all?
I'm a big boxing fan. I am, but I'm a big boxing fan and a big critic of boxing. There's too many divisions. That's one of the biggest problems with it. And there's no real stars other than like big stars other than Rachel. Hey.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't pull you away from POV. I know it's a very important night, so I won't fault you. You're more than. I mean, you can do whatever you want. It's 2021, but if you want to go back there,
it's okay.
No worries. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah, dude. Boxing's become more of a. It's more about the money.
It's a sideshow. Yeah, it's all about the big purses, the big pay-per-views, and all that stuff. But pay-per-views are some of the big pay-per-views seem to be successful. Like all the Pacquiao Mayweathers. Yes, thank you, Rachel. All the big. One of us is on I think we're on her phone. She's got POV on her computer, and we're on Rachel's phone. That's what I'm guessing. So.
I don't care if we are on your phones. Put POV
we'll take
on
it.
the big. Okay.
There you go. Exactly. It's okay.
Put me on your BlackBerry.
Yeah,
remember those?
BlackBerry. Yes. But This is, and Mayweather, he's the best defensive fighter of all time. My favorite boxer of all time is Roy Jones Jr. But Mayweather's he's great. You're not going to touch him. That's why this fight is so silly, because you're not going to. Jake or Logan, whatever. Logan Paul, Jake Paul, whichever one.
There's two of them. There's Logan Paul and Jake Paul.
Which one's you fighting?
Like Jake Paul. I respect that he knows how to market himself and talk trash.
Yeah.
I just don't like the character.
No, I don't. Yeah, they're bad. They're bad people.
Yeah.
What is this? He's not going to touch Floyd Mayweather. Some of the best, but the only person I ever saw hit Mayweather, I think, was Shane Mosley.
Sugar Shane Mosley, absolutely.
The only person I've ever seen actually hit him. Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather, yeah. But hey, we're on the subject of boxing, man. One of the movies I've been looking forward to for the longest time. It was never announced, as in like it's happening, but it was in development. Director Ang Lee, who did Brokeback Mountain, Life of Pi.
Yeah.
And he did another big one. I can't remember what it was, but he was going to do, and he was working on the technology. It was a 3D kind of put you in the ring during the Thrilla and Manila fight, which was Muhammad Ali versus, I believe, Joe Frazier.
Ali Frazier 2, I think.
Yeah.
Throw him in there.
So he casted the guy, the lead actor from Selma, David
Oyelowo.
Yeah, yeah. As Joe Frazier, which I thought was a great casting. But after that, we never heard anything about it. I remember I wrote an article back when we did WordPress for Apocalypse Movies, which is still up. You can still see a lot of our writing and work. Terrible writing for me, though. But just in 2015, there was so much promise because we had Jake Gyllenhaal's Southpaw. Remember that? Where he was a boxer and you had Eminem's Phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then you had another one called Hands of Stone about Sugar Ray Leonard versus who was the guy that said no mas, no more? Roberto Garcia? It might have been him. But anyways, Usher Raymond was cast as Sugar Ray Leonard in that movie.
Yep.
So you had those two. And then there was big talks about Jamie Foxx doing Mike Tyson, which is still happening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not as excited because some big names have left the project, but I mean, Jamie Foxx is perfect as Mike Tyson.
Yes.
And then there was this Thriller in Manila. That was what the movie was called, with Ang Lee, and he was going to present it in a way with like some top-notch filmmaking technology that he was working on.
Roberto
Duran, yes, sorry. Yeah. But it's just like, I still think about that movie. I'm like, man, come on, Ang Lee. Like, he is, I would consider him an auteur filmmaker, Ang Lee.
Yeah.
Like, you know when you're watching an Ang Lee movie.
Yeah.
You know the name when you see it, definitely. Well, at least us film buffs. Maybe I'm, giving, too much credit. I don't know. But I just I thought about that. I was
That's
like,
fascinating.
where is that movie at? Maybe he's still working on the technology. Who knows?
Yeah, that's interesting. I never heard about that.
Yeah, I mean, you don't. I think with film technology, you got to really hit it.
Yeah.
Because I'll give you a good example. You remember Tron Legacy 2009 with Jeff Bridges?
Yeah.
You watch that movie today, for the most part, it's still spectacular. But Jeff Bridges has a younger version of himself.
So that's no good. It's the only bad thing about that movie. But yeah.
And even going further back, remember the Mummy 2? The Mummy Returns? Remember when we saw the Scorpion King?
The Rock, it was terrible.
Wayne Johnson. Even for that time, I was like, man, that's like PlayStation 1 graphics right there. So, I mean, as much as I want to see that boxing movie, it's important to make sure you get the film technology right, which is maybe a reason why James Cameron's Avatar 2 took so long. It wasn't just the script, but maybe he wanted to push the boundaries.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, I've been on record saying, if there was stock for Avatar 2, 3, and 4, I'd be buying right now because. In my opinion, James Cameron, look, you don't bet against him when he does a sequel, especially to something that he created. Granted, there are clear inspirations in Avatar. When's the last time you saw Avatar?
It's I think whenever HBO Disney Plus first came out. And it was
like
on
2 years ago.
So 2 years ago, yeah, I watched it then, and I hadn't seen it in I think since it came out at that point. So and it's a good movie. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I've never thought I've never understood why it's the highest grossing movie of all time. I didn't think it was but I mean, whatever. I've just never really understood that. But it's a good movie. It's like I sat down, just sit down and watch it. It's like it's actually really good.
I think it's one of those movies because we've had movies that okay, so I hate to bring this up, but Heath Ledger's Joker, Paul Walker's Brian O'Connor, Tragic Passings. Oh, bless you.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Sorry.
Tragic Passings, both of them. I felt like that unfortunate circumstance really pushed the box office.
It did.
But with Avatar, I don't know what it was. I mean, it was just.
I didn't understand.
I mean,
I didn't see it in theater. I saw it at home as soon as
really?
it came out. Yeah, no, I didn't see it in theater. I saw it when it came out, and I was just like, okay, this is pretty good. But I was like, what?
Do you remember the hype of Avatar?
Yes.
Like at the time, like
Yes.
I don't know what it was. Like I think it was just one of those movies that you just absolutely had to see. You know, you're just like maybe it was the world building or the 3D technology at the time.
Yeah, it looked spectacular. I don't think we really had anything like it at the time. Although Watchmen was the same year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 2009. Yeah,
and that looked amazing. But I think that it didn't look any less weird in terms of characters in the world, and so I don't really know why one of them really caught on and the other one didn't necessarily. But I don't know. Yeah, part of it is the appeal. Maybe it's just James Cameron. I think maybe it's just that name, James Cameron. I don't know. Maybe his, because prior to that, 12 years prior, obviously it was Titanic, which was kind of the same thing. Although you can kind of understand that it's spectacular. The scale of that being it's the Titanic, and you got the love story that goes with it. So that made sense at the time. You got two good-looking leads carrying it. DiCaprio, that's the movie that made him a star.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like they were drawing on the names, but I think it was just the name. I think it's just James Cameron put that name on it, and all his movies are huge. I remember back from the Abyss on, like every time it was a Cameron movie, like it was a huge event thing. So
yeah, I think it was really Aliens and T2 is what got him like noticed. T2, Terminator Judgment Day, is what put him on the map.
That's what made him a huge, yeah.
And then from there, it just, True Lies. Obviously, The Abyss was before T2, right?
Yeah. Yeah, The Abyss was like 88 or 89, something like that.
Yeah. And
remember that being big. But.
And it, I just, in my mind, it's like so many directors today, like, they wouldn't be able to do what, first off, I mean, he's James Cameron, but they would never be able to be given the leeway, the amount of resources, the amount of time to make his movie, And that's why I think if you see a name like Steven Spielberg on a movie, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, he's executive producer, but how much is he really doing? Like, I feel like today you kind of need those big names, especially if they believe in what you're doing.
Yeah,
they'll help keep the studio off your back.
Yeah.
Would you disagree? Or
no? I do agree. Yeah. For the most part,
right.
Though, I think if you got that kind of, just for a few directors that have that cachet, I guess the word is, Spielberg, Cameron, probably Nolan. I think is one.
Nolan, yeah, I think Nolan. There's a reason why a lot of people are either high on Man of Steel or are coming around to Man of Steel as, oh, maybe it's not as terrible as I thought when I saw it in theaters, because it was a knee-jerk reaction because Superman killed, But I feel like what helped make that movie great was the fact that Nolan, and I don't want to take credit away from Zack Snyder, but Christopher Nolan, his name is still big, but his name was really big back then, coming off The Dark Knight and Inception.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was a name, and I've been reading stories about his friendship with Zack Snyder and how involved, how important he thought Man of Steel was for starting what Warner Brothers wanted, as far as a universe. And you know what? You're kind of seeing on that note, as far as Warner Brothers is concerned, have you heard the rumors about Matt Reeves' Batman?
No.
So there's a rumor online that WB is reportedly unhappy with the Batman. They're unhappy because it's very dark. It has very little humor, and Matt Reeves is presenting a Batman where mental illness is a factor, and which is no surprise. And this is why Warner Brothers doesn't really. They don't really understand what they have, you know.
I was gonna say
Batman and mental illness. That's nothing new. Think about it. He dresses as a bat.
Bruce Wayne's not normal.
Died.
Yes.
It's like, why is this? And it's just like, you know, whether these rumors are true or not, take it with a grain of salt. But then you look at how they've treated past DC films projects, how they've, you know, put their hands, and it's their property, you know, it's their IP. They can do whatever they want, but it's like, why bring these filmmakers in, hear their pitches, agree to it, and then get nervous or upset when they actually do what they said they were going to do, like Matt Reeves? Your take?
Well, even if the slightest one or two things are like, ooh, we don't know about that. Like, just let's see what happens. I understand. Look, they let Joel Schumacher do his thing. And although that was mostly, a lot of that was him, but a lot of that was studio stuff. This is what they want. They wanted it to be a cartoon, and that's what he made.
Yeah, why do you think Tim Burton walked away?
Tim Burton. Although, which is weird because I feel like in the second Burton film, they let him do his thing. They kind of let him, you know, Tim Burton that world in that thing. Whatever.
Oh,
but
100%, dude. You watch Batman Returns and then you watch, Batman '89 and then Batman Returns. You see that Tim Burton was given a lot more the second time.
Yeah. So, yeah, Matt Reeves. Listen, he's a guy. He's made a very successful trilogy. Well, 2 of the 3 trilogy. The last 2 he did, but obviously, what do you call it? Cloverfield, right? He did that one. I mean, he knows what he's doing. Okay, he can handle.
He did do Cloverfield. Yes, he did.
Yeah. But to handle the two Apes films and handling big movies on that scale, like that's a lot of. And those movies are dark, right? I mean, they're not. I don't know what you hear the humor thing. I don't really. What is it that they want with that? I don't understand that. Like I don't.
It goes back to what I said about.
I don't know.
Look, there's nothing wrong with having humor when it's done right, okay? But it's clear that DC, the people who at Warner Brothers want the DC property to be more like the Marvel. And what business studio wouldn't want that, obviously? The problem is that's not what DC is. You take DC's top 3 characters, who are they? It's Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, right?
Wonder Woman, yes.
Take the 3 characters, the top 3 characters from the MCU. Include characters who are dead. It's Iron Man, right? It's Captain America. And then maybe Thor or Spider-Man. Take your pick.
One of those 2, yeah.
Okay, let's go with Spider-Man, because Spider-Man is still the hot thing. We're going to talk some Spider-Man. But, okay, DC, top 3. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. 2 of them are gods.
Yeah.
One of them is a character with very serious mental illness issues. Okay, like he's crazy. He dresses like a bat. He's crazy.
Yes.
How are they similar in WB's mind to Iron Man, a billionaire, genius, playboy, philanthropist? Captain America, who in the movie First Avenger, he says, "I'm just a kid from Brooklyn." Literally, he says that. And then Spider-Man, a friendly neighborhood kid. You can't have movies that are like exactly identical with 2 completely different set of characters, in my opinion. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, you're right. And they're looking at the wrong things with that. And if that's the case, they're like, we got to make our movies. Marvel movies aren't funny in terms of like they have funny stuff in them. They have funny lines, but they're not like we're gonna make all these characters funny. That's that perception that people have out there. You know, I think there's a difference between having your character be funny versus them saying something funny. The Dark Knight trilogy has lots of funny moments. Funny moments in it, or funny lines.
I think it's dark humor, dude. Like I don't know, like when Joker pencil through the guy's head
Oh yeah,
People
no,
were laughing, but that's a dark humor.
But I mean, just stuff like just all the all the banter between Alfred and Bruce Wayne, Christian Bale's
Yeah.
like, oh, that's all funny stuff, or some of the stuff between him and Lucius Fox, or like you can have funny things in them, funny moments in between them. It doesn't have to be like, let's make this funny, or let's have more humor. Like it should be more organic than just let's make it funny.
Okay, I'm gonna say something, and let me know if it's fucked up. Let me know if I'm out of line. Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna say it. I feel like when Marvel writes their movies, all right, in my opinion, a lot of the jokes, humor, I think it does some good, but I also think it does some bad. In that, a dramatic moment, a very suspenseful moment, you throw in some like one-liner joke or something to kind of ease the tension to remind you this is a family-friendly movie. But then I feel like a part of me feels like, and I'm not talking about one specific, I'm talking about audiences as a whole. When they write these jokes, they do it because they need to keep the audience, the general audience, more like make sure that the movie has their attention, that they don't get bored. So throw in a line here and there to kind of, like, I don't know, maybe like, oh, that was funny, that was nice, and then 2 minutes later you hear another joke and you're like, oh, okay, and then 3 minutes later you hear something else.
Well, I mean, a lot of these movies are that maybe just kind of.
And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not saying every movie has to have very little humor. Not at all. A movie like Spider-Man or Ant-Man deserves to be fun and funny. But then you have Matt Reeves' Batman. You know what it is. You know the director. It's like, why do you need more humor? That's what I'm getting.
Well, I think it's just what maybe would. It's situational, and also it depends on your character. If you're writing for a character, I think they write for what this character would say. A lot of these are comic book characters, but some of these movies are quite dark. I mean, there's dark stuff in Marvel movies as well. People don't get credit for Captain America: Winter Soldier is a very violent movie.
Dude, Nick Fury gets shot through through one apartment wall.
Yes,
from on the opposite end of the street.
Absolutely. But it's funny lines in it. It doesn't. Look, the movie Training Day is full of moments of humor. It's not necessarily hearted humor, but it's just kind of sort of like you said, to maybe just remind you that you are in a movie, and a character might say something within the context of the story that is okay. That's funny. So there maybe is something to that. I don't think it's necessarily, like I said, I think in writing, it's you write what your characters would say, necessarily. Yeah. No, let's make that funny right there. And it's like, well, if it's just write the thing that they would actually say in that situation. And with these being comic book characters, sometimes they do say stuff that's, funny. Spider-Man, that's all he does is quip and make sarcastic comments and stuff all the time. That's how he is.
That's what I loved about Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
Yeah, he captured that more than.
You know what? Speaking of Spider-Man, okay, this is not a spoiler. I'm just showing. This is what I call show and tell.
Okay.
I'm going to show you guys something. Tell me what you notice. Anything stick out to you?
Let's see.
I'll give you a hint. It's on the right. It's on the right-hand side.
Oh, Spider-Man. Yeah. Okay.
SMNWH. Spider-Man: No Way Home.
So
apparently, there's a trailer coming this week.
Yeah. So that says 610.
And according to this graphic right here, take it with a grain of salt. Take it with a grain of salt. 2 minutes and 14 seconds.
That's a teaser still. That's probably a teaser. It's a long teaser.
That's a long teaser.
Yeah.
Let's talk some predictions real quick, Keith. Last week we did a Sinister Six draft, which I thought was pretty fun.
Yeah.
How much do you think they'll reveal if Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were in Spider-Man No Way Home? Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man in No Way Home. Do you think they would show that in this first teaser trailer?
I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know. That's what I'm kind of just like thinking back to Captain America: Civil War. But they didn't reveal, and the movie wasn't about this. It was about setting up that conflict. So it was Captain America, it was Iron Man. But they didn't reveal Spider-Man, I think, until the second trailer, and it was right at the end.
Yeah, the Bruce.
Yeah, and he takes the shield, and he's like, "Hey, everyone." So, I think they're going to do. I think this trailer will just kind of be about number one, because the point of it, as John Campbell always says, the point of it is to get you interested in the movie, which people will be. Thank you, Rachel. Gabe, what's up, man?
Hey, real quick, we got a question here.
Seth, there you go.
Percentage-wise, how likely will we see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield? Oh, I think they're in the movie. A lot of people are saying it's the worst kept secret in Hollywood.
Right.
You literally
seems like it.
You have vultures in the form of people with their phones taking pictures. And we saw pictures recently of Tobey Maguire looking pretty fit.
Yeah, okay.
And people were checking his IMDb, and he doesn't have any movies, like any big movies coming up. So why would he be fit? Also, reportedly going to a costume fitting. What's coming out? What's coming out this year? And then we talked about Andrew Garfield. I showed a video a couple of Fandom United lives ago. I got to find a shorter name for that. FU Live or something. But he's like, I'm not in the movie. I'm not.
Yeah.
There's nothing to talk about, bro. And I'm just like, dude, you were so excited to shoot down something that your publicist likely told you. But, okay, let's answer the question real quick. How likely do we see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in this movie? 100% for me. And you know what?
100.
Yeah. This is fucked up. But I'm going to say it. Tom Holland, the kid who plays Spider-Man, I'm not even thinking about him. I'm thinking about Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield being in this movie. Two Spider-Men I grew up with, especially Tobey Maguire. If they're in this movie, all of a sudden, this is an event film for me. Okay, and we've talked about it, but what's your percentage?
Oh, man. See, I was thinking like, maybe 55%. To say, yeah, it's like 60.
You playing it safe. You said 55. Like, I'm gonna give you a little bit over because I kind of want to see it, but
because it seems very highly likely, but I don't think it'll be something big. Like I said, I think that in terms of screen time, I would say 10 minutes or less total.
Man, I've heard some rumors, and are you curious?
Yes.
Okay. All right, guys. Hey, listen. I'm gonna tell you something that I heard. If you don't want to hear it, mute me, lower the volume on your phone or TV, whatever you're watching. Here we go. Here's what
for about a minute. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay. Here's what I've heard about Tobey Maguire's involvement in Spider-Man No Way Home, which is coming out this December.
Yeah.
Here's what I've heard. They are going to introduce Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man as an older Spider-Man, maybe 10 years older from the last time we saw him, which kind of makes sense. 2007, whatever. 10 years older. Kirsten Dunst plays a small role as Mary Jane Watson. And the two of them have a kid.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, all three Spider-Men are going to get their asses handed to them by a certain someone. And Marvel is going to do the unthinkable. They're going to kill off Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man on screen in a way that's a sacrifice. Sacrificing his life for the other younger Spider-Man. We're going to see Tobey Maguire's death, Spider-Man, Peter Parker, on screen. And Marvel's going to pull on our fucking heartstrings.
So this is going to be potentially...
Okay, coast is clear now. Go ahead. Keith, go ahead.
So potentially Into the Spider-Verse situation.
Into the Spider-Verse on Netflix. Check it out. Into the Spider-Verse.
Which, by the way, those actors may also be voicing characters in, right? They've been talking about that. They're supposed to be in. Yeah.
I've heard about that.
Yeah. So, which would be interesting to see. But same situation, right? Where Peter Parker, what happens to him in that one at the beginning of that one, and then you got the other Peter Parkers, and obviously Miles Morales. So, yeah, and I wonder too, since within the MCU we've jumped ahead. There's a time jump here, post Infinity Endgame.
Endgame.
How old is Miles Morales?
Yeah,
they hinted at him in Spider-Man: Homecoming. Obviously, Donald Glover played
Miles Morales' uncle. Yeah.
Yeah. And so he might be a little bit older at this point. I wonder if there's any chance we'll get introduced to him.
Dude, so one thing we haven't heard in the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, the Marvel Spider-Man movies, the MCU Spider-Man movies, is Tom Holland be told, with great power comes great responsibility. What if there's a moment where Tobey Maguire turns and he says, a wise man once told me, with great power comes great responsibility. What if that's when we finally hear that line, that iconic line from the Spider-Man comics, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Jesus.
It's interesting. It's very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, look, so if I'm wrong, and
Thursday,
I'm going off of what this graphic says, if I'm wrong about the Spider-Man trailer not releasing this upcoming week, come back Sunday and give it to me, okay? Let me hear it. Okay, just don't get too personal. Some of you know me who are watching right now. But I think we get a trailer, man. And
it makes sense. It makes sense.
Amazing.
Yeah, we're talking. It's 6 months from now. This is about the time we'll be getting trailers for some of those December movies. So the big ones.
Perfect time for a teaser. Speaking of teaser, so we know Michael Keaton's Batman is going to be in The Flash. Michael Keaton coming back one last time to play Batman. Think about that. Who would have thought that would have happened? But the director teased this past week. It's a very up-close shot of Michael Keaton's Batman costume. Just a tease. And I get it. Some of you are looking at the blood right now, and you're thinking, is that blood or is that jelly? One thing I found out, the same day that this was released on social media, it was National Donut Day. So, I don't know. But here's our first look. Granted, it's very up close. It's very simple, but it's our first up close look at what Michael Keaton's Batman costume could look like. As a reminder, here's what Michael Keaton's Batman costume looked like back in the late 80s, early 90s. You had Batman 89 right there, and then you had Batman Returns.
Yeah.
The distinct difference for me is the bat tail on the logo.
The tail. Yeah.
Yeah, 89 has more of a three, what is that?
Like
a three-pointed tail. Sorry.
Yeah.
And returns. Now here's all three.
Mm-hmm.
I think the guy is taking inspiration from Batman Returns, which is Batman Returns featured Danny DeVito's Penguin, Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman. Oh my God, how cool would that be to see Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman in the Flash movie? This could be pretty cool, man. Again, the Flash movie, first off, the character of the Flash, we know he runs super fast, but if he runs too fast, he can go into different universes in some sort of time travel thing, whatever. And that's how Michael Keaton's Batman from a different universe is brought in, and another Supergirl, and maybe another Superman, whatnot. This movie's going to be big. But what are your quick thoughts on this costume tease right here?
Look at the bottom there. You see, right, the chest part is definitely. I actually never noticed that before. The chest area is there different. It's a little more armored. So yeah, it definitely looks like the Batman Returns version. It's a good question, Rachel. So Batman, he's out there all night long. What do you think does he eat? When does he eat?
I think she was being sarcastic, but
no, I know. And Batman, he's got to carry with him some kind of he carries something to eat with him.
He needs some energy to fight.
He needs the energy. He needs the energy. Yeah, can't eat anything heavy. Like, you can't have dinner. He probably eats early, right? Bruce, if he eats at all, he'll eat early. You can't eat something heavy and then go out and fight crime at midnight. He carries like an energy bar, a couple energy bars in his utility belt.
Let me tell you something, man, because okay, this is one of those moments where I wish I worked in the industry. What I would pay to see this man dressed in the Batman costume one last time, just because we're going to see him on the big screen one last time. Something we never thought would happen. I would pay just to be on set and to see him walk out of his trailer in costume, get into the Batman Bruce Wayne mentality, and then the director, lights, camera, action, and then just watch him deliver, man. I don't know, man. This is something that, again, we thought with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and, this, we never thought we would see this again. We're fucking spoiled. We are spoiled, man. They're finding a way to tap into our nostalgia to make grown people feel some type of way. And it's a beautiful thing about movies, dude. It's just incredible, man. I get it. I know. It's just a movie. It's just 2 hours. You had a long day at work. But, imagine having those feelings again that you felt as a child and as an adolescent, as a teenager, for these characters, and just being reminded of a time and just wow, okay. And if you have kids today, if you have a niece, if you have a nephew, they can experience that same feeling that you're experiencing, and you guys can share it together. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just the beer talking. I'm getting a little emotional and sentimental and, aw, fuck out of here. Anyways, hey, I love you too, Rachel. Okay, we're trying something new, by the way, okay? We're trying to make this a little more casual, a little bit less okay. And then in other news, this and this, and just kind of. But, I mean, are you excited to see Michael Keaton's Batman? You're older than me. You were there, okay? I was there. I was born, but I was, crawling, learning how to crawl when Batman Returns came out, okay? But you were there. Yeah. How excited are you for Michael Keaton's Batman?
Oh, very. I mean, if between the two, I mean, it's a Flash movie. I'm more excited to see what they're going to do with the Flash. But I'm glad to see it man, I mean, if it's Flashpoint, so I'm curious. I'm very curious to see what's going to do with this guy, with this character, and it's really cool, man. Like, seeing Michael Keaton get back in that suit, taking on this role. I'm so yeah. I can't wait to see what they do here and what's going to happen. And I don't know. I wonder because Ben Affleck's supposed to be in it too. Thank you, Gabe.
Yeah, sorry. That's my bad, Keith. Hey.
I'll take that. I was there, Gabe. I was 10. I was 10 years old when Batman came out. I saw it in the theater. And I was right. I mean, I'm telling you, it was huge, man. It was a huge thing. So yeah, no, it's I don't have the words to say but honestly, it's to see him suit up again. But I was saying, but Ben Affleck is going to be. I wonder which one's going to get more. Are they going to kill the Ben Affleck one? Which one's going to die? Which one of them is probably going to die? I kind of get the feeling one of them is going to die.
I hope it's not. That's the one thing that me and a whole bunch of Zack Snyder fans are worried about because it's his Batman. We're worried that this will kill off his Batman, and
they're going to use this chance to kill off the Ben Affleck.
I hope not, because he wasn't the problem.
Hey. No, but I don't know. Or maybe both. I don't know.
I hope not, man. I really hope not. But
yeah.
Speaking of costume leaks, you guys remember Shazam? Did anybody watch Shazam? The little kid who says the words Shazam and he turns into like a Superman-like being. Well, he's coming out with the second movie, and he's getting a costume upgrade. Here are some set leaks of Shazam's costume. Boom. Pre-CGI. Okay, so not as flashy. It will get there when you see the final product.
Right.
But what an upgrade. And for context, here's the side-by-side comparison from the first movie to this upcoming sequel.
Yeah.
For me, it looks better. Okay. There's not much puffy muscles.
Yep.
I love the design of the costume design, the detail, the different colors, the patterns. For me, I take this one more seriously. I take this Shazam a little more seriously. The one on the left, it's not cheap, but I feel like I can go to Target right now and buy it. So, Keith, your thoughts on the costume leaks? What do you think? How does it look?
Yeah, it's cool. It's less, like you said, less muscly. Like it looks less of a big muscle suit that he just, I don't know, put on like armor, and it actually he looks more naturally muscular in it.
Yeah, it's less puffy. I take this guy a little more seriously. I mean, granted. Okay, think about the Shazam character is a 13-year-old kid who says Shazam and he turns into Superman,
Big
basically. Man. Not Superman, but like a Superman-like.
Yes.
Yeah, for me, I take it more seriously, which matters because he's eventually going to come face-to-face with The Rock, as in Dwayne Johnson, as in Black Adam.
Yeah.
And
who's way bigger.
Yeah. I can't wait to see this showdown right here. On the left, the far left of your screen, you have Shazam. The director, immediately after the leaks, put out a little teaser video, which didn't show the Shazam costume, but you see a shadowy figure. It was kind of pointless, but anyways. On the far right of your screen is Dwayne Johnson's hidden Black Adam. And if you're unfamiliar, Shazam and Black Adam, they go at it. They're pretty much the same. And Superman is involved in a certain capacity. But, man, I want to see these three on screen right here. I think that would be bad ass. Yeah, man. I just I have hope for Henry Cavill Superman that he's going to be more involved, because other than Snyder Cut, I mean, we haven't seen him in the DC movies since 2017's Justice League, so it's been 4 years. Do something with Henry Cavill Superman. You have him there. He's a great actor. He's willing to play Superman. Come on now.
Yeah. Well, Rachel makes a good point here. It does look a little bit like the Flash here. Our friend Rachel. But, obviously, you got the 2 dots there. They're going to CG the cape. And probably CG some other stuff. I don't know. You got those little kind of markers on the ab area and on his arm. So I don't know what that is.
Okay.
CG markers, but.
So I got something I want to show you. It's a set leak of his full costume. Turn away if you don't want to see it. 3, 2, 1. Here it is. So as you can see, there is a cape.
Yeah.
It's a very blurred image, but pretty badass.
They just look very. It's cool. Yeah, I think they just look very similar. It's interesting. I never really noticed that till now. How similar their Flash and Captain Marvel, aka Shazam, their outfits are. But it's good. It's good. I like I said, I'm a big. I really enjoyed Shazam. I think probably out of the 5 of us, it's one of those where I think I might have liked it the most. Over on Apocalypse. But I'm looking forward to this one. Looking forward to the sequel. And I'm curious to see the growth of this character, how long it's gonna. That's exactly where I was going there, Rachel, with that. How far ahead are they gonna go with the story in terms of
that's
time?
The thing about making movies with kids. You better not waste any time, because they grow up fast.
Yeah.
Okay. All of a sudden, the kid's name in the movie is Billy Batson. All of a sudden, he's 6 feet, and it's like,
right. Right. Well, in the comics, Billy Batson, he does. As he ages, he actually just winds up looking like Shazam, like the way he, looking like his adult self. Like he just looks like that all the time as he gets older.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not going to do that. Obviously, that would be a long ways away. But I'm curious to see how far ahead they're going to do with the time setting. So, but when is this one due? The Flash.
Shazam comes out 2023, I think. 2023. I'll have to double check that.
All right. Okay. So I've got a little time to sort all that out. Okay. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
It's a ways away.
All right, so our stream is almost over, but a couple more things. So if anybody thought about going to Disneyland anytime soon, Avengers Campus opened this past week, and it was a big deal. I want to share some of the things that we're seeing on Twitter right now. Let me increase right here. And boom, look at that. This is at Disneyland right here. Avengers Campus.
Yeah.
You can see Tony Stark's reactor right there. This is a full-on, this is an advertisement, obviously, but look at that, man. That's pretty effing cool.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. Oh, man, that is awesome, dude. And there's man, look, I know I love DC, but if my job was being Doctor Strange and I get full-time benefits, fucking sign me up, man.
Yeah.
So it opened this past week, and I think that's Tom Hiddleston right there. But
it looks like it. Yeah.
There's the Guardians of the Galaxy ride in the back. That used to be the Hollywood Tower of Terror.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And just look at the design. Like, I would love to be there during the nighttime. I want to go.
Yeah.
This is animatronics right here. This is an animatronic Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. I saw that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I can't believe that's animatronic right there.
That's insane. Yeah.
But look at that.
They show them. They do. I saw one where they actually show doing flips across from one building to another.
Yeah, dude. If that's animatronic,
crazy.
we're in trouble, man.
That's crazy. I said the same thing. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
this is what
insane.
you were talking about right here. This is the
Yeah.
animatronic Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right there.
That is insane.
All on a wall. You got Doctor Strange. And I believe that's Okoye.
Oh,
But
cool. I see that.
dude,
Wow.
hey, save your pandemic checks, okay? 'Cause we
Yeah,
know
right.
Look at that
Oh,
Black
Black
Widow
Widow.
right there.
Yeah.
That is pretty awesome, man. Oh, I think this is the
That's
video you're
crazy.
talking about. This is where Spider-Man right here. There he is right
Yes.
there. Look at that.
Yes.
Look at, hold on. Let me full screen that. Look at that.
That's crazy.
Where is he? Oh, this is a parody video. Wow. Okay.
Oh,
never mind.
okay.
Sorry, guys. Somebody had a lot of time on their hands, but look at Avengers
Yes.
Campus right there, man. That is
Yeah, that's
pretty
awesome.
awesome. And
We gotta get down there.
yeah, that's pretty cool. I want to share a video real quick because this actor has come a long way, and seeing this video just kind of like, man, made me like hard work truly does pay off. And here's the video right here. Let's tune in and watch it real quick. It's about 30, 40 seconds. Here it is.
And Winter Soldier, the real Captain America, Anthony Mackie.
That's Kevin Feige, the president of Marvel, the genius who made all the happen possible. That's Anthony Mackie from Falcon and the Captain America.
Hey, thanks everybody. It's really wonderful to be here. I mean, what a ride it's been. I've loved being a part of these movies, and now with Disney Plus, this series. It was an emotional moment for me in the film. It was an emotional moment for me to be in these films, and when Sam Wilson finally became Captain America, it was a moment that was all about the future. A moment where kids of all races can look at Captain America and maybe see a little bit of themselves. I'm so proud to be a part of the cinematic universe and now a part of all this. So with that, it is my honor to introduce, for the first time in Avengers Campus, Captain America.
That is awesome.
Now, Captain America belongs in Avengers Campus.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Captain America. Wonderful to have you both here. Thank you so much.
That's incredible, man.
Why didn't he just do that?
Do what?
That's interesting. Why wasn't he in the costume?
Well, because people are going to be like, they're going to go. I can already tell. People are going to go to Avengers Campus. They're going to meet Captain America. They'll be like, oh, you're not Anthony Mackie.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah.
I did the same thing.
So that guy works there.
Dude, in 1990, I think it was 1998, at my local Target, this is when I was living in Monterey, they had Chris O'Donnell as Robin on the door of Target, and he said, Robin will be here on this date. I showed up with my aunts. I was like, okay, let's meet Robin. It was some guy, and I was like, who the fuck is that? That's not Robin. And it was just like, like I don't want to be. I was 8 years old at the time, but I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's not
That's
Chris O'Donnell. It's Robin. That's his cousin. I don't know, but yeah. So I to answer your question, that's probably why. But dude, Avengers Campus at Disneyland.
Yeah. That's insane.
It ain't just for kids anymore, okay?
That's crazy. So they got
see a bunch of
well, just between that and the Star Wars place, I mean, that is just, I can't even believe that all that is real. Like I would not have. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. It looks like a big, like it's holding a big thing. I think they carry symbols in one of those. That's what it looks like to me. But but yeah, that's wow. But yeah, to get down to between those two places, the Star Wars, what's it, Galaxy? What's it called? Galaxy something.
Galaxy's Edge. Star Wars
Galaxy's Edge. Yeah. Between those two, like it's, I can't even imagine walking around either of those places right now. Like,
dude, you're gonna be waiting in line. You're gonna be waiting. You better have a 3-day pass because you're spending one of the days waiting in line for like two or three attractions. You know.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Man, dude, but I definitely want to go to Disneyland for sure, man. And then Universal Studios is doing Super Mario Land or Super Nintendo Land or something.
What? I didn't know that.
I would love to do actual Mario Kart racing.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You know they're gonna have that too. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh hell yeah! I want to do battle and just like beat the crap out of Jacob. You know. Like, real quick, your thoughts on Donnie Yen joining John Wick 4?
Yes.
Donnie Yen, who is an incredible martial artist in movies.
Yes.
Who can kick some serious ass.
Yes.
You know him from well, I first saw him in Blade 2. He was the vampire with the sword who got killed off too early. And then he was in Shanghai Nights with Owen Wilson in the sequel when they're in.
I didn't know that. Is he in that one? I never saw that one. No, I didn't know
He's
that.
in that one. Ip Man, IP Man, Ip Man, whatever you want to call it. But this guy can kick some serious ass, and apparently it's believed he'll be an ally because all the assassins are after John Wick, and as incredible as John Wick is, I mean, you know, he's still a man. He needs some help. And I doubt Lawrence Fishburne can move like John Wick. So Donnie Yen will kick some ass as well. I can tell you're excited about this, right?
Yes, very. So, well, listen, but I love Donnie Yen. Love Donnie Yen. I love the Ip Man movies. Haven't seen Ip Man 4 yet, but just because I love Ip Man, I love Bruce Lee. I love that whole story of them coming up with Wing Chun. But yeah, that whole fighting style. But so it's really cool. But yeah, I love Donnie Yen very much. You know, he's in Triple X 3. Right? Yeah. He's the other Triple X in there. Him and Vin Diesel were. Oh man, what's going on with John Wick? So it's gonna be John Wick 4. Okay, he's killed everyone they've sent after him. I mean, at some point, I'm just curious to see where this movie's gonna go. Okay,
John Wick is still wanted in large by every assassin. And last time we saw him, he jumped off a building.
No, he got shot. No, he got shot. Remember?
He got shot and fell off a building. I stand corrected. And he's beaten, man. Yeah.
And Lawrence Fishburne took him in. I guess took him off the street. Agreed to help him because Lawrence Fishburne wants revenge for all his guys got killed. So they're going to team up. Neo and Morpheus are going to team up again.
Yeah.
And then so Donnie Yen's going to be an ally. I mean, he's got to be. And if he is, they're going to, like I said in our group chat, they're going to kill everyone. Right? They're going to just John Wick's already killing everybody. But yeah, absolutely. So I can't.
You know what's crazy? We're getting Matrix 4 this year. Like, I keep forgetting we're getting the Matrix 4 this year, dude.
Yeah, August, right? I think it's what I heard.
The August. Matrix 4, the Suicide Squad, Dune, Fast 9, which is later on this month, Top Gun Maverick, No Time to Die, James Bond, The Eternals, Spider-Man,
Mission Impossible. Is Mission Impossible this year?
Ooh, I don't know because somebody just caught COVID on the Mission Impossible set, and Tom Cruise is probably pissed off right
Not
now.
happy. Yeah.
He
boy.
is
Okay.
probably upset. If you haven't heard, go to YouTube, type in Tom Cruise audio, and listen to him chew out.
I don't want to say it again.
Yeah, he chewed the fuck out of some people who were breaking COVID protocols while filming the next Mission Impossible, and now somebody caught COVID.
Aren't they staying on a cruise ship? I think they're staying on a cruise ship with all. Anyway,
I don't know, but all I know is they had to shut production down for a couple of days.
Oh no! Okay. Wow.
So, but we have a lot of movies coming out this year, so stay tuned, man, and stay tuned for Fandom United Live next Sunday. Thank you, everyone. Yes. Thank you so much for joining. This one better than I thought. I'm out of beer. Need more. Keith, thank you so much for joining me. I enjoyed the conversation. It's fun way to end the weekend, just talking about the things we love, whether it's movies or whatever, whatever floats your boat. But Keith, any plugs? Where can they find you on Twitter, man? Where can they find you on Instagram? What's your MySpace?
Oh, what was my MySpace? They have funny names for MySpace. I think that's where I first came up with A Tribe Called Keith on MySpace. That's how I think that's what. Me too, man. Yeah, me too, Gabe. That's it's a good character. But no, you can find me on Twitter at KeithBarnes79, Instagram at KeithBarnes1979, and you can find me here Sundays, obviously, hang out with Gio. Thanks for having me again. And on Tuesdays live 7:30. I'm sorry, 7 o'clock. On Apocalypse Now on the Apocalypse YouTube channel. Do a lot of the same stuff. There's more of us talking about all kinds of stuff, trailers, movies, all the new stuff. New stuff's coming back out. Movies are back. We're got a lot of stuff to talk about, so it's very exciting. So yeah, find me here and there, talking about all the stuff.
And Gabe, Alyssa, if you guys are watching, thank you. Anytime you guys want to stop by and mention some movies you saw or a TV show that you saw from the past week, I'd be happy to talk about it. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah. Rachel,
thank you so much.
Yes.
I need to get like a Rachel drop or something, but Rachel, you are amazing. Thank you so much for being here as well.
Absolutely.
Gabe, I appreciate you. Looking forward to Dynasty. Okay, you be careful what you ask for, buddy, because I
got a text about
that.
Yeah, I got a text about that. I might be joining that as well.
Hey, join me, man. Let's combine forces and talent, and let's take all their money. But that'll do it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm gonna play one more thing before we head out.
But suck it, Warner Brothers.
Suck it, Warner Brothers. Okay. But get your shit together. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. And until next Sunday, have a great work week. Have a great rest of your evening. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Spider-Man No Way Home trailer this week. Let's go.